All right. Hi, everybody. I almost didn't want to put the ears on. Like, my hair is having the best hair day, I think, of 2024. But here we are. I have them on. We're doing it. So I've been kind of crocheting a little off stream and making really good progress. So I'm very excited to share with you guys. All right. I'm gonna get right to it because I'm very excited. I have to join a thread, which I have to watch it. Find it. Oh yeah. Okay. Look how big it is. I should have made the that's what she said. That hasn't happened. It's so big it doesn't fit in a plastic bag anymore. How cool would it be to like almost finish the thing today? Well, we know we won't do that, but I think we're on our 5th one of these, and there's only supposed to be 5 of them, so we're definitely almost. Crazy exciting. It's so big it doesn't fit on my screen. Might be too loud. Well, y'all can let me know. Because, tend to turn music up when I'm playing by myself. Okay. Oh, no. Turn it down too loud. Oh, somehow I paused it. Weird. Okay. Look at this blanket. Can't get over it. It's like so good. I never thought I could make something. We're on a purple end. Purple. How do you find the other end? without unraveling the whole thing. I really wanted the other. Oh well. I was hoping to find inside. If I could join the inside of one, inside of the other, and keep the colors. Oh well. I'm gonna trash it this way. Okay. Put it back. Actually, this way. Right. Around. No, that's. Oh, it is that simple. Huh. I feel like it would be harder than that. Hey, how are you? Welcome. Good to see you. For lurking. Trying to tie a knot. And I'm so bad at this. I have to watch this video every time. You would think it wouldn't be that hard to tie a knot. Glad I have the video though. I would be out of luck. Love those. Love those. Oh, look how bright I am. Look at sets every time. Okay. Three. I took it to work and I was working on it while I picked up, somebody asked me to like cover their shift because they couldn't do it on Sunday. So I picked up this 12-hour shift instead of streaming, which is why I wasn't here. So sorry about that. And then I took the yarn and I ran out of one of the three, and so I couldn't keep going, which is a bummer. I was sitting there for 12 hours, but so now I'm excited because I have all this progress and I want to keep going. Hopefully I don't run out of the thinner yarn. That would suck. Still have a ways to go. Hold on, I need a fan. The downside to having hair is it gets hot. It gets hot. Okay, here we go. Progress is happening. It is a big piece, and I guess that go big or go home thing was kind of true. So, but I did sort of figure out the thing that was bothering me about the loose threads. I sort of figured out how to not do it this weekend. So, very happy about that. I wish I'd have figured it out a little sooner. I also switched the crochet hook that I'm using. And the downside to this one is the like grip right here. But this pink grip, it like grabs the yarn, but being longer, it's easier for me to hold. So I basically have realized I have to pull it tight right before I come back through the hole on the first part of the double crochet to get the thread to not do the loose thing I was having a hard time with. And then it doesn't have to be tight for the rest of it. So if I pull it down like that and then pull it tight right here before I come back through, then it can be loose and it doesn't do the loose thing here on the third one that was bothering. Which maybe it's just me and maybe it's the fact that I'm working with 3 strands, but being my first ever crochet thing, it's like something that I guess it's not as hard as I thought it would be. But there are little nuance things that you can't get from without either a teacher or like more explicit instructions. Like when you start and you don't join, you turn, like figuring out which is your first hole going in, and when you join, which is your first hole on the other side. Like those are the things that I've had the hardest time with. But overall, pretty good, I think. So we're at 72 stitches for each pass around. So it's as big as it's gonna get, and it's pretty sizable, which definitely makes it hard to like sort of manage. I have to keep moving it, and it gets in the way a lot. And the desk I think I was working with yesterday lower should be standing. I feel like I'm stretching out. Hey, Stitch Doll, Mystical, how are you? Welcome. Welcome, friends. That alert did not go off. Oh, there it goes. Slow alert. Yay! Welcome, welcome. Thanks for lurking and working. Look at this blanket. Hold on. This one stitch. Mystical, it's bigger than my camera angle now. $35 inches. 35 inches now. And I'm finishing right now row 38 out of 49. And then you put the 2-row waistband, and then you make the tail. So I think I need to stand. I feel like desk. Oh, here's my shirt. I'm wondering if Sting and Mike out of. I need like earbuds or something. It's just so unwieldy. It's like so big. Okay. Well, see how long that lasts. How are you? What are you working on? Still doing the pillow? Just hanging out at home today? Are you playing games? Have you been doing the big dig stuff in WoW? School work? Nice, nice. Is school? Oh yeah, I guess 3 o'clock. Say, is school over for today? Good. You get way over here. Kept feeling like you couldn't see it. So I started using this bigger, longer hook, and it has this grippy thing. So the grippy thing annoys me a little, but being longer is like easier to manage. And yesterday I picked up a shift, which is why I didn't stream. And I realized that the loose parts where I don't like it is because I pull this thing back like this before I stick it in and to make the next stitch. And if I just scoot it closer to the end of the hook before and then pull it tight right here, then it doesn't do that weird loose thing that I don't like. And then they can still be loose without being loose, if that makes any sense. He doesn't have a set time to start or stop. We got a late start today because I overslept. It happens. So is it like a homeschooling, sort of like a virtual school? I mean, that's cool. I wish I didn't have to get up at the crack of dawn back when I went to school. I would like not having a start time or a start time when I was a kid. Ooh, what is that? A weird mark. Virtual school has a teacher and stuff like school, just not a timeline. Ah, that's cool. Is that just because you live out in the middle of nowhere and there's no schools, or is that like something you pay extra for? This should be the last one on this row. Ah, that makes sense. That makes sense for sure. Okay, let's think that's the end of that, but we're gonna count just to be sure because I feel like that's just can't count as I go around. I've learned to count. Get to the end. Perfect. I have figured out where the beginning and the end goes for these rows, which is super convenient and very helpful. Then we turn it like this. Cross off a row on the pattern. Start on the next one. I don't know how people I came to a realization about crafting. I don't understand crafting. So every person that comes in my stream, person whose stream I'm in, who's a crafter, has like a billion starts, and they get bored doing one or the other, and they're like, I love starting things, but I just don't finish things. And I'm always like, I don't understand that. Like, I now have 2 starts, the one diamond painting and this one crochet. And the whole time I started doing the diamond painting, I was like, but I want to be doing the crochet because I want to get it done. But then when I started doing the diamond painting while I was listening to training things for work, I was like, oh, this is great because I can be listening while I'm doing the diamond painting, and I was really productive. Oh, that doesn't go there. But then I can't carry the diamond painting with me to work, but I could carry this crochet thing to work. So I took it to work on Sunday. And the whole time I was working on it, I was like, well, I wish I could be making progress on the diamond painting because it's going to take me longer. But then I see this blanket taking shape and I'm like, oh, I don't want to stop doing this. I want to keep doing this. So if I'm having a hard time with just 2 things, like, how do people have 20 or whatever starts and like not want to finish them? This is the question of the day. I don't understand. I should make that the pinned conversation instead of the puzzle. Help me understand multiple starts. I mean, sure, but I have a whole drawer full of shinies. Like, I don't have a problem like buying things. Okay, yeah. I buy a lot of things that are like, oh, that looks cool. Maybe I should try this year. Maybe I want to do that. Maybe I want to do that. And I've bought them, but I don't even want to start them because I have these other projects that look like they're going to take so long because I don't buy small crafts apparently. I don't know. Maybe I just have too much OCD for crafting. Maybe my OCD is too strong to be a real crafter. Like, in the sense of the word, the way other people. I don't know. I'm very happy with progress, though. 35 inches is like... I remember when it was like 10 inches and I was super excited. Now it's like 35 inches and I'm ecstatic. If I had a hook that was this same length without the grip, I think OCD will help you from project hopping. It's a good thing. Good. Yay. Thank you. But yeah. My house doesn't, if you saw the like state of my house so far, it would not say OCD, but we do know I have it. I'm just having a hard time putting things away because I don't have the furniture I want. I like this longer needle. I have a blanket I started before Raccoon still haven't finished it. Mystical. You need help with that? Is it a crochet blanket? You need help with it? Send it to me. I'll help you. It'll be a co-blanket. It'll be a co-streamer parenting blanket. Rex would like if I did some work on it. Is it knitting or is it crochet? Oh. The way you said it, I thought I made an assumption. Who is it for? Who was it supposed to be for? You? Or someone else? Oh, well then that makes all the sense in the world why you don't want to do it. He doesn't want it, then why would you want to spend your time on it? Well, the minute you find the person you want to give it to, you'll finish it. What kind of a blanket is it? Maybe I want it. Maybe I want your unwanted blanket that your brother doesn't want. Send me a picture. Yeah, the minute you find somebody who you want to give it to, you'll want to finish it. And I 100% believe that that's the difference so far in the crafts that I'm doing. Like this is for my sister and it's a surprise, and so I really want to do it. And the diamond painting is like for me, for my own decor, and a lot of the crafts that I bought are for me, for my own decor. And like the sooner I get it done, the sooner it goes on the wall. So that's probably also why I'm still very motivated. I'm just happy I figured out how to fix that loose thread thing that was happening that I was unhappy about. So the trick is to let it back down and then pull it tight right here and then let it be looser. Seeing this blanket turning out also has me excited to be making the, like, did you see the pattern early on that I bought that looks like the Winter Queen from Ardenweald? I very much can't wait to have one of those on my things I've made list. Sort of like also so far the pride of being like, yeah, I made that. Like I actually have skills. All right. Is it green and brown? Oh. That green is my favorite color. I've been looking at cars that's like similar to that green because it's my favorite color. I think also the longer I work on this, the more my hands are getting stronger, which is helping. Because when I first started, my hands would hurt a little. What does Rex say about us making stuff? Well, it's good because I was starting to have like strength issues in my hands from menopause, and so I I have actually been really happy about getting some thing that lets me sort of strengthen without having to do the super stupid like grippy wheezy thing to like strengthen your hand. I I have like a circle that's just made out of rubber and you squeeze it, and then I have a like thing that you put your fingers through and then you're supposed to stretch your hands apart. But yes, um both of them are annoying and I can't do them often enough to like make any real progress. This is probably the one shirt that I thought was like super cute, but I wasn't sure you would be able to tell what it was on the stream. Yeah. It's cute though. I bought this same shirt, but it says nail technician or something. Oh, that stupid thing. Hopefully my thing does not say World of Warcraft still. Go turn that bot timer. Wow, drop off. Oh, good. Okay, I actually turned the thing off this time. I'm all mapped out today. Time to work on my pillow. Almost done. 15 rows left. Yeah, that's awesome. Is your diamond painting next, or do you have a line of crafts that you have in the queue? Oh my god. Woo! You guys, you just startled me. Welcome in, everybody. Oh my god, thank you so much. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I suspect that most of you know me. But for those who don't, my name's Kala, two-time breast cancer survivor, lover of lore, new crafter, new crafter. So I'm working on my first ever crochet project. I'm also participating in the DPAL this year with Captain Katsa and our beautiful black sheep. Welcome in, everybody. So I suspect you would like to see the progress. You're gonna be impressed. It is 36 to 37 inches now. We are on row 39 out of 49. I'm gonna have to back up now and see what just happened because there was a lot going on there. We were talking about how people have a bunch of starts and not a lot of finishes. Because I'm obsessed with this blanket. Welcome in, Literate. Scorpion Goddess, good to see you. Aurora Light. Black Sheep, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. If you have to go get your kids, I totally understand. Thanks so much for coming and trusting me with your community. And I hope that you have a beautiful day. Naughty Gnome, welcome, welcome. Diamond painting is next. Gemini Tiger, welcome in, my friend. Notewood, welcome, welcome. Hey, how are you? Rochelle L, thank you, welcome. Welcome, everybody. I love the progress. Gotta do the minions. Thank you so much for the lurk. I appreciate you very much. That same thing goes to anybody. If you have to, after self-care, please take care of yourself first. But welcome in, everybody. It's so great to see you. I took it to work yesterday. I picked up a shift. I do security on the side. And so I picked up a shift that was 12 hours and I took it to work and I got a couple rows done, but I should turn back the thing. Oh, I didn't show you my t-shirt. Well, head on this side. Yeah, so look at these colors. Like, it's so pretty. So happy with this. If you aren't familiar with this pattern, I do 3 strands at a time, and so being my first project, it's a lot, but I'm doing really good, and I'm really happy with it. So thank you all for coming to hang out with me today. Really, really, really appreciate it. So I've been sort of paying attention, going really slow, because there's certain points where... Oh, Haas, thanks for chocolate. There's certain points where I have like some loose strands, and I was trying to figure out what I was doing, and I have figured it out that using the longer hook, and then pulling it close to the tip like this, and then tight before I go through here makes it not do that weird loose thing that I don't like. So that's good. Learning is good. If anybody has tips for me, I'm really new, so feel free to share them. I gotta give the best girl a treat now and then. Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. We love a good chocolate. These Godivas came from one of my ladies in my office. I am basically her unofficial tech support. And during the holidays, she gifted me these little hearts. So. Thank you. You know, Toya, when they were talking about the gloves on the Discord earlier, I was thinking they were yours until said the name of them. Yours were the only ones I've ever seen. Keeping the hook parallel with the row you're working on helps keep tension and stitches even. Oh, well, you mean like this? Like up and down if the row is up and down? Yeah, yours also turned out fabulous. But yes. So is that part of my... Yeah, of course, now I'm going to screw it all up because y'all are watching. So not perpendicular, but straight up and down. You know, the girl on my t-shirt has it just like that, like you're saying, parallel to the work. Like, I guess I could try the smaller hook again if that's or it's shorter this way, but it's the same size. If that's what I'm doing wrong, then like that seems like an easy fix. It just is so, it's just a lot of blanket now. to hold on a desk. So what are also, since I never get to stay at 9, I love your room. You make me want to change my gaming room into a crafting room, but um it's very beautiful. Oh, I'm trying. That is turning out so great. Oh, thank you so much. It is my first ever like crochet project, and I just realized the picture is not up there. So let's picture up. There. Picture is up. It's a lot. Working on a blanket. Oh, nice. Is it a square blanket or a round blanket? Thank you all for that. I at first I wasn't really happy with how it was going. Like it made me happy that it was going well, but like they kept being these random loose spots, and so I was thinking maybe I need to make the first one for me and then make a second one and give my sister that. But now that it's bigger, I'm kind of like, "Oh, wait. Maybe I don't need to make more than one." Oh, I bet. I bet. I'm a Virgo with 5 planets in Virgo. I feel like I would have had to map that all out, and definitely a lot of planning. I could see that for sure. Yeah. I might lurk a lot, but a temperature blanket, lots of ends to weave in. So do you make like little pieces and then put them together, or is it like, I don't understand. I'm still really new to this. Is it a knitting blanket, not a crochet blanket? Tell me about weaving ends in. I know about 5 terms. I've learned joining, I've learned turning, I've learned slip stitch, double crochet, and then starting with a round. Those are my 5 terms that I learned with this blanket so far. I know there's a lot I need to learn, and I do know what a temperature blanket is. That's where you have something for every day, but it doesn't always. Temperature projects tend to have a lot of different colors for the range of the day's highs or lows. Yes. So I do know, I saw I want to say Vintage So Girl was making a temperature blanket that had a bunch of cool things on it. Color changes every row. So there's a start and stop of colors. Oh, I see. So is that what happens when I run out of this yarn and I put a new one? Is that weaving in when the one yarn runs out and you start a new one? Oh, all right. Well then, see, I learned something that I'm doing is called something else. I do know how to do that. Intentional cutting the yarn and starting a new color. Yeah, makes a lot more sense. When I try to, so I have 3 yarns. I have 2 of these big Heron circles, cakes, whatever. Then I have this one chunky yarn. But the chunky yarn, this is the length of the whole blanket for each of these. So I shouldn't have to weave in these. They just change color. But the chunky yarn ends every so often, and I have like 5 or 6 of those. You leave a tail, but some people just tie the existing yarn so there are no ends to weave in. But doing that also gives a knot. Yeah, I have a couple knots where I've joined the two ends together. I just learned how to do this magic knot. But that sounds like it's going to be awesome because lots of colors, and I feel like temperature blankets seem to be like very detailed and very cool and meaningful. And I think it's probably going to be beautiful. I will have to stop by and see pictures of it somewhere, or if you're working on it on stream, I will look for you, Naughty Gnome, so I can see it. Thank you. Yeah, so I think Vintage Still Girl was saying that some people do a little bit each day and some people do a longer gap and then a bigger chunk of it. Is that right? Which one are you doing? Have you made I would be able to work through my yarn stash? Can't crochet fast enough. Toya, have you made a temperature blanket? Yes, Daddy. Hey, Alman, how are you? Sorry for the ad, y'all. Hey, the shout out works. Hey, Alman, how are you? It's not pretty, but no, I haven't. I would love to, maybe next year. Oh, maybe I can do it with you. I'll wait for you to cut. I don't know if you're in. I don't know if you have Nitro, if you're in ads or not. Oh yeah, the auto shout out. Nope, not in ads. I do have Nitro. Doing previous year as a memory blanket. 21 for my oldest daughter's dating anniversary with her boyfriend. Oh, that's so cute. The day they started dating will be a different color than the rest of the blanket. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, thanks for the alert, Alman. Yeah, Toya, if you're doing one next year, by next year I will have worked through all the like since I don't know if you all know. I decided to make all the I bought this house last year, and I decided this year I was going to make all my own decor. So I've like pre-bought a bunch of things that so those various Lego things that I have, and I have these two. I have these two diamond paintings that I want to do and frame for my like meditation area. And then I have a like embroidery that I'm going to try and turn into a pillow. And then I have this embroidery, which I'm going to turn into a pillow. And then I have this embroidery, which is going to go in my meditation space. Thank you. And then I have this, which is going to be a birthday gift for my sister. So that's pretty much my year, is the diamond paint along plus those 4 or 5 projects. I have others, but those are my decor. I'm going to the Tunisian Temple Blanket by Tony Lipset. can I get that info from you? I made one in 2020 that I did daily every night. So I would have the dates and temps charted out, just working through it as motivation allows. Totally makes sense. I think that's awesome, a memory blanket. I wish I had more memories that I could make into a blanket. Thank you, Rochelle. I appreciate that. I'm very excited to be making. So the D-pal looks like this. And I'm going to frame that because I've decided my living room is going to be a celestial theme. And have some, I want to learn Tunisian crochet. I need more time in the day. Mystical, we're going to do it together next year with Toya. Didn't you just see that? We're going to do that next year. Together. The three of us. We're going to do it. It's going to be great. Yeah, so this year is making my own home decor, and then next year is like still up in the air. That gives you time to save for supplies. You know, maybe I'll find a deal and have enough to buy. Oh yeah, of course. Maybe I'll find a good deal, Mystical, on supplies and just buy it in bulk and ship you some. Is this her pattern? I think Pix9, Kim, and I are doing a Tunisian stream on Saturday. Oh, nice. I am working on Saturday, but I will pull you up before I leave so that I get credit for my how to make a crochet blanket. Ooh. I like it. Are you going to do those exact same colors? Pattern. Video, tutorials, advice. Oh. I like it. I like it. Do you get to pick your own colors based on your area, or you... That is pretty, right? Mystical. We're getting in on this. Pix9, Kim are learning to do the crochet stream on Saturday. Nice. So I have 2 jobs. My second job, I'm a unarmed security guard, and I start on a 90-day project on the weekends, starting this coming Saturday, February 3rd. So I will be working 6 to 6 on Saturday. So I will have to go back and watch the VOD or something. But Naughty Gnome, I think I can put you up on the thing and be on your channel before you even go live, and you can get credit for my view. So I will do that. Gotcha. Well, I'm excited because now I have something already for next year planned. Thank you. Thanks for coming today and and sharing with me. So I get to make my own decor and start making blankets next year that are different. Very pretty. Wait, who do I need to follow to watch it? Naughty Gnome, right there. You can do a shout out for her while you're at it if you want. Oh. You're not streaming Saturday. Oh. Well then, let's do this. It's like Pix_sticks, right? Stitch? Hold on. Can I at him? No, not here. Oh, let's do that. Do that. I don't know who that. Then I'll follow them. I thought you said. Thank you. Oh, she's live. Oh, look at that. And we just got a random, well, when we end the stream, we'll go to her since it's her birthday. Aw. She's having a good day, I think. That's awesome. Aw, thanks, Witchy. Welcome in. 9 is hilarious. You will love them. Oh. Is that their pronouns? I think I've come home from work and somebody raided into her before. Is that their pronouns? Do they use they, them? Yeah, we'll definitely raid them when oh, okay. I like to get it right. So we will raid them for their birthday when I in an hour or so. I have a hard stop because I'm going to a social gathering later. Aw, thanks for follow. Welcome in. Is it Jackie? Welcome. Welcome, welcome. My spouse used they, them, so I try to use it for almost everyone until I know otherwise. Oh, that makes sense. That makes total sense. Not sure which channel I rated into, but welcome from a fellow hooker. Oh, welcome. You came from Black Sheep. 9 is great chaos trolling with a little bit of mama love. That's awesome. Good idea, Toya. I will work harder on that. I try really hard to get it right once I know. But oh, Sheepy. Yeah. Yeah, she's really sweet and brought everybody here and it was great. I'm working on a mermaid tail. This is my first ever. Can be a little loud. Adjust your volume before going in. Okay, good tips. This is my first ever crochet project. I'm making a mermaid tail blanket. It should be up above my head. So here's what it looks like. And while we're on this screen, I can show you guys my shirt. Thank you. One of my favorite parts about streaming is getting to buy fun shirts. And I wear something fun and related to what I'm doing every time. So if I'm crocheting, I have some fun hooker crochet shirt. If I'm diamond painting, I have some other random crafting shirt. If I'm gaming, I have a shirt related to the game I'm playing. So it's kind of one of those things that I do. Probably the only thing that I do, but You can always be guaranteed to have some fun shirt. If I'm crocheting at night, I have a shirt that says, I'll go to bed after this row, even though, like, obviously that never happens. Yeah, like, fun. Also PG stream. Oh, you're saying 9 point is a PG stream? Mine is not a PG stream. And when the martini glass is on behind me, then like anything goes. So that's kind of the Kala after dark, we call it. You can be naughty. I'm wearing that reads by Stitchual, the ability to stitch in 2 art forms. That's awesome. They have 8 tabs open? Yeah. I often have 8 tabs open. I think I have 6 on my laptop. I have a shirt that says, "Of course the size matters. No woman wants a small yarn ball." Most of the letters have worn off now. Ah, on your shirt. On your shirt. Got it. I just got all these because, as you all know, I'm really new to crafting. So, I think I spent 2 hours going through Etsy and buying an unrealistic amount of shirts about crafting. And patterns, all the patterns. Do you all... So I pinned the question that I had for chat this morning, which was how... Oh yeah, typing on mobiles is hard. I get it. And if you try to use voice to text, then it pauses the stream while it's doing the voice to text. And that's like... Had to read that, so I did not read by Stitchual. Yes. Yes, I paused as I was reading it, making sure that I said it correctly. My focus goes in and out sometimes at distance. So yeah, trying to think of the other shirts, but yeah, they're fun. I like fun shirts. Oh, don't lose it. Come back. Last one. It goes. Maybe I've been doing it wrong. Supposed to go in between that hole. Oh, that sort of makes a gap, though. I have another one. Crochet letting introverts avoid people since 1839. So true. So true. I saw that shirt. I'm an extrovert, though, so I did not get that shirt. Okay, I think that should be 72. So we're gonna count real quick before I turn it and start back. Mystical, I'll send you a link and you can tell me what size you want. I'm sure you have a birthday coming. Yes. I did it correctly. Now we get to do the next row. I'm getting better at like where to start and where to stop. Now that rows are not, there's no more increases. It's just dealing with the size of it at this point. Whew. All right. The first one or two of each row sort of get me. Because the ends are a little harder. But after I get the first one in, then it's like, oh, easy. When people find out that this pattern works with 3 strands and it's like massive and it's my first one, I get a lot of comments. Witchy Weaver, thank you very much. Love the colors. Wanted a mermaid tail. Oh, what's a virus blanket? Oh, I think I missed. I lost the strand there. Oh, come back. Try that row again. Thank you, Naughty Gnome. I'm very happy with how it's going in general. I think that I would have been really discouraged if I picked something big and then it didn't go well. So definitely having good progress is helping me want to do more and more. Virus stitch is a lacy pattern, pretty simple to do. I don't know if there's a way to show you photos. You can put it in the Discord if you want. I have a Discord with a channel called Community Projects. If you want to put a picture there, that's the only way I know how to share pictures. Yeah, if I didn't have good progress, I would have been really disappointed. But I'm pretty happy with it. Of course, a lot of us women are perfectionists, and I think it could have been better, but I also think it could have been a lot worse. For sure. I also find as I get tired, I start like using all fingers to all that matters is that it gets done, right? Not how pretty it looks while you're doing it. I'm saying the way your fingers work. Thank you. Pretty ambitious for your first project with a 3-strand mermaid tail. Exactly. So the first thing I ever made was this cross stitch. This cross stitch project, it's the logo for Live Space. As you've figured out by now, I'm multi-streaming. And I got picked for their streamer boost program, so I made this cross stitch on plastic canvas out of like some pattern that I printed of the logo. And then it took me probably almost 20 hours. And then I made a like small city with fake Legos, and it took me 25 hours. And I thought to myself, wait, if crochet is going to take me 20 or 30 hours for everything I do, I don't want to waste time on things that I am not going to want to keep or to display or to give away. Like, I don't want to make things just to throw them away. So it didn't make sense for me patterns for things that I don't want. And so as I was looking just randomly online, I came across this pattern on Etsy for this mermaid tail, and my nephew is gonna be 5 this year. And he is being sort of homeschooled by my sister a bit, and he is super smart. And he likes all kinds of crazy things and rainbows. And so I thought, wow, this pattern is pretty awesome, and I bet he would love it. And so I decided I was going to make one for him initially, but I've decided to give it to my sister for her for Mother's Day, and then to make a smaller version for my nephew for his birthday. So that's how this started. Hi, Tank. How are you? Welcome in. Good to see you. Tank, every time somebody plays the Yes, Daddy, it shows because I stole your clip, I gave you a shout out. Do you see it when it gives you shout outs? Oh, look at the whole blanket. Hold on, let me show you the whole thing. I'm melting. I'm melting. Thanks for the hydrate, Naughty Gnome. I do voiceovers for all of my own sound bites, so every time you see people do these things, they're usually my voice. So here, let me show you Tank. I gotta find it. Here it is. Dark red. Yes, Daddy. And then it auto shouts you out. Well, it's supposed to auto shout you out. Well, that's annoying. It's supposed to auto shout you out. It did earlier today. Anyway. Yeah, since I stole your clip, it's supposed to auto shout you out every time. Maybe there's a delay. I don't know. Anyway, welcome in. Good to see you. Thank you, Witchy Weaver. I appreciate that very much. Oh, hydrate. You said hydrate. Needed that. I don't think I had any water this entire stream. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I'm super pumped to be able to share it. My sister has no idea. I've been sharing photos of the progress with my parents, but I have not shared with my sister that I'm making her a blanket. I did tell her that I started learning to crochet, but like that's it. I didn't share her progress pictures or anything. And as far as I know, she doesn't watch my streams. My parents do, but she does not. So it's going to be a complete surprise when it shows up either in the mail or in my hands for Mother's Day. I'm undecided currently on how that's going to get there, but so I'm very excited to be able to share with her. And then I also, I don't know if you were here, Witchy. This year, because of all the craft learning stuff that I'm doing, I'm actually decided and committed to making my own decor. So I'm working on some diamond paintings and embroidery that I'm going to try to turn into a project, to a pillow, and a bunch of other stuff. So pretty excited all around for 2024. I bought this house in 22, and I barely got furniture for it last year, and I really can't afford decor, so I'm just gonna make it. It's gonna be great. Cool. Going to be great. 4:15. We got about an hour. Bet I can get another row or two. I wonder if there's a limit on how many shoutouts it does automatically like that. I'm gonna check it. Gonna have to check it. Pretty awesome. This is my first day on Kick. I'm exploring Kick and Twitch the last 3 days, seeing what other crafts are doing. Well, I would suggest that you check out LiveSpace as a platform. LiveSpace is a lot more crafter friendly than Kick, but obviously I'm here, so just saying. I love it. I love LiveSpace. I'm really new to this, so I know that my hands do not do the standard crochet thing very well. Hank, what are you getting into today? You're doing more Fable? No need to charge my phone at 4%. Hope you have a good stream. If you're still on, when it's done charging, I'll pop back in. Well, thank you. I have about an hour. I actually have a few different jobs. And I'm going to a meet and greet sort of event tonight, so. Ooh, some Smite. Are you getting ready for Smite too? Thanks, Naughty Gnome. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you real soon. Thanks for visiting. I appreciate you all so much. I have like one more day at home, and then I go back to work on Thursday during the day, so I won't be home very much. Getting so ready for Smite 2. I actually want to try it with you if you don't mind teaching me someday. Do you know, have they announced the actual like go live date yet? Witchy, do you just do crafts or do you do any games also? I'm half crafts and half games. Still waiting on the alpha key, so it's away. Oh yeah, it's a ways away. Yep. Yeah, I'm taking tips if anybody has crochet tips. Turning the hook the way of the pattern is what I was told earlier, and I can't seem to figure out how to do that. I'm sure there is some sort of method to holding this thing, but is it like this? Hank, we're working on a that's what she said command, so since I keep telling chat how big my crafts are, I made a bigger pretty much crafts. I crochet and paint glassware. Oh, that's awesome. Kids love to game. That's nice. Are they like small kids or medium-sized kids? What kind of games do they play? Yeah, I mean all the size matters comments in this channel here, because the size of your blanket absolutely matters, as does the size of your yarn ball and apparently the size of your crochet hook. Because I have this one, which is longer, and it seems to be easier to handle, even though I think it's the flatness of the middle here. I'm still trying to understand what she was saying about turning your hook the same way as your craft. Hank Mystical always tells me not to make my craft so tight. My holes, I pull on the yarn too hard, and then my holes are too tight. You just have a Switch and a Wii, so they're limited? Oh yeah, teen to young adults. I mean, that's a lot more wholesome than the other options. But the Switch has some free games on it that are pretty adult. The Switch is definitely not immune from adult content. There's some crazy puzzle game that I downloaded that's like... gotta have a warning on my stream or something. My oldest has a modded Wii, but a bunch of emulators, so we have tons of retro vintage games. Oh, nice! Yeah, on your Switch, people can get the retro games through the, like, annual subscription thing. Then you can play the, like, Sega or the NES or whatever games, you know, from your youth. um Oh, you know what? I didn't cross off that last one. I would have forgotten to. See, I must be getting tired because that loose strand thing is happening again. Which is probably the only thing that frustrates me about this is when there's like a loose strand. Y'all can't really see it, but there's a couple and they bother me. Oh boy. So what do you think so far, Witchy? Are you enjoying your time on looking at craft stuff? Oh, no problem. I said, are you enjoying your day looking at various craft things? One of the things I noticed is like with the braces, I start like sort of grinding my teeth when I get really focused on the crochet. And then I end up hurting. So, very excited for this blanket progress though. This is row 40 and there's only 48 rows. And then you do the 2-inch waistband. And after the waistband, then you make the tail and you're done. So I am 70% there, I think. %70 is a long way. It's been interesting to see what other people are doing. I have a couple friends that the craft at least Thursdays and Fridays. Oh, nice. Fun. Do you have like daytime available? I'm a auditor by trade, and so I only have a couple months during the day that I'm available in between my audits, and they start back up later this week. So after Wednesday this week, I won't be home during the day anymore. And I'll be switching to either early mornings or late nights for streams. I have enjoyed having the days off, but time to go back to work. Hank, what time do you go on tonight? Keep looking for you. I don't see. Or are you just playing without streaming? Schedule is pretty wide open except Tuesdays and Fridays. I have a client I clean for. Oh, nice. Oh, that's a hard job. Taking care of somebody with dementia sounds really difficult. But kudos to you. That sounds pretty hard though. Yeah, for sure. I don't know what else to say about that. That's kudos to you. That cannot be fun. I'm still really new to crafting, and you can tell it when I've been doing it for almost 2 hours. Fingers start. Hey, Mark, how are you? Welcome in. It can mostly going full-time supervision. Well, that's cool that you have the ability to take that time. Mark, look at this blanket. Welcome. How big? There are so many colors, and it's massive. Thank you. Thanks so much. It's supposed to look like that one over my head. He actually likes wax crafts, so I tend to do it. Most of it in the living room. Oh, that's wonderful. You make specific things like you make like socks or blankets or like you have specific things that you're really good at? Witch hats, blankets, and scarves. Is that where your name came from? Witchy Weaver. Do you have an Etsy shop or something? Maybe you should have an Etsy shop. Yeah, kind of. I see a lot of people doing like witchy sort of cross stitch stuff. Have an eBay and a Poshmark. Oh, what's a Poshmark? I had a weird experience. I had to call a company, and the person I spoke to sounded and acted like this streamer from another channel. I felt doxxed. Poshmark is clothing heavy. Gotcha. And you make clothing that you sell there? Yeah, I should be looking at this. It could happen to you too. Kind of awesome. Is it like... Oh, the hats tend to sell the best? Nice. I could see that. Is it in Europe or is it in the US? Huh. Mark, is the streamer someone you interact with a lot? Like that you hear them, that you would know, they would know it was you if you called? I think it's this one, and then that's the last one for this row. You flip stuff. I thrift as well. Oh, nice. That sounds like it would be fun because your job is literally shopping. Okay, so we count the row, then we flip the row. Hey, I got it. 72. I didn't screw it up. Row 40, done. Hello, welcome in, Irish Disney nerd. How are you? Hey, how are you? Welcome. How are you? Welcome. We are making our first ever blanket. That's what we're doing. Kind of, I know their voice from a channel I watch, but whether they put two and two together about me, well, let's just say it's entirely possible because I am open about my diagnosis. It was a call where they would possibly see that. Oh. Well, I hope it was an enjoyable call. If you, in that case. Ah. Thank you, Mystical, for the link. Yeah, we're on row 41 out of 48. I'm so excited about this blanket. Yeah. I wish I would have written down what day I started it. But I guess I could go back to my VODs and figure it out. Since I started it on stream. It was slightly awkward. I guess we'll just see what happens the next time I see them on Twitch. The shopping part is fun. The listing, photographing, not so much. Oh yeah, for sure. I'm good, just chilling in the evening. It's 9:35 p.m. Spent the day writing. Ooh, Are you a writer like a story writer, or are you a writer like um a journaler person? That sounds awesome. My braces have been bothering me today. Like, okay. So the question of the day isn't going well. So we're gonna put a puzzle back up. If anybody wants to do a naughty puzzle, enjoy the puzzle. Unable to pin. Something went wrong. What? Mystical, are you able to pin that? Story writer, working on my first fantasy book. Unpublished, thank you. Unpublished as of yet, but hope someday. That sounds awesome. Congrats to you. Uh, is your fantasy book have, you don't have to tell me if you don't want. Does it have like princesses or aliens, or like, is it sci-fi fantasy, or like, I have written a little erotica in my day. I don't usually share that, but you know, you're here and we're talking. It's it's okay. Also, do you do any crafts? I'm new to crafting. And we're sharing today. We're just talking and sharing and meeting people, making new friends. It's a quiet day. Witchy, the puzzle typically has you join on through Twitch. I'll share the puzzle if you want to do a puzzle, but it typically needs you to join on Twitch. I see a lot of crafters have puzzles so that people have something to do while they're talking. But thank you. About an imp who is training in fighting and magic skills. Elves, fairies, and centaur. That sounds awesome. Contemplating a late breakfast, Mark. You should do it. Do it. Breakfast is always good. And if you're thinking about it, just do it. You know where there's a fun imp, which may not be your style of imp, but there's a book called The Land, which is about a gamer who gets sucked into the game, basically. And there's an imp that's assigned by the masters to the human to make sure he gets what he needs. Kind of fun. 17,000 words in. I wrote 2,000 words today. Wow. That is a lot of words. That is a lot of words, my friend. Congratulations. That sounds like it's going to be awesome. You'll have to let us know when you're done. And I hate when that happens when I'm gaming. Ooh, what game are you playing, Mark? Are you playing World of Warcraft? Wait, are you this person right here in a somebody in the Discord playing World of Warcraft yesterday, and or on Saturday, and I wanted to be like, hey. No, I was joking. Getting sucked into the game by an imp. Oh! I got it. Tracking. Yeah, the imp isn't what sucked the guy into the game. It was a portal, blah blah blah. But the basically the spawning point for the guy in the game, in the world, had the imp, and the imp was like, the imp was confused why his masters sent him to make sure that this guy had what he needed, because clearly there's some like prophecy about the guy, and the imp was like could not figure it out. But it's a humorous set of conversation, and then like it's many stories later before you see the imp again, but he pops up and he tortures the kid, and it's kind of funny. So your story, Irish, sounds really awesome. Sounds like you deserve a good rest. Thank you. No idea how long it's going to take, but I'm enjoying writing it. Just the topics I originally planned. But it may actually get to the point after this thing is resolved. Imp portal, summoning people through a portal. Sounds like a warlock. Yeah, it's... So, longest story short, there's some there's some godlike beings in this world, and somebody else didn't want them to have godlike powers, and so they trapped them in this alternate universe. And the people, the godlike people who are now trapped in alternate universe have figured out that humans have the ability to sort of do something in their realm differently than like your average human. And so they created this rift inside of a video game so that humans would like go touch the rift unknowingly and get teleported into their realm. And certain humans have this like ability to do things that other humans don't. And if they're smart enough to figure it out, they become really powerful. And the people trapped in the alternative universe are trying to use those people to sow chaos in the world and get their powers back. That's the premise of the... Like how General Zod was trapped in... Maybe. Actually. Now that you say that. Maybe. It doesn't quite describe it like that, but... Yeah, so a couple books in, you're like, why is this happening? Because you're seeing it from the perspective of the one human. And he eventually meets another human that got sucked in from the world. And that other human is corrupted. And he tries to like kill this guy, our hero, so that he can take his power, because he's been clued in by those beings about how he can steal powers and like be more powerful. So that's where you learn about the secret things going on. But yeah, it's an interesting story, and you can tell on book 7 that the guy started getting more famous because the story started getting more and more dragged out, and less progress is made in the same amount of words. So it feels like he's getting paid by the word now, which, like, good for him, but I liked the first 7 books a lot more than I like the 8th book. And I hope that he figures that out. It's a great story all around, though. I was just trying to give you ideas for your story. I bet that's really sexy. My original plot idea was the main character's father is fighting creatures versus in war. Main character wanted to train up and eventually join his father. Added a side quest, sort of, where the main character's brother is kidnapped and he has to try to get him back. Have the character's brother and friend and a fairy trying to get the kidnapped brother back. That sounds awesome. I'm excited for your story already. Can you come back every now and then and like give me updates? Really cool. I like these kinds of stories. Some sort of fantasy, some sort of, you know, little story. Little follow. I don't read a lot of books. I will now. Oh, thank you. Read a lot of books, but those are the kind of books that I like when I read books. And I tend to have a hard time finding those kinds of books because when you go, there's like somebody who's good at marketing takes all books and writes a story, and it's not necessarily like you can't filter through the like what do they call it? Like the plot. The plot isn't really written in a way like you tend to find. I guess I'd have to get better at Googling. But anyway, those are the kinds of books I like, but I can't seem to find them. So when people suggest me books, I'm always like, oh yeah, I'll read that. And if they don't suggest me books, I tend not to just seek out like random books. But feel free to suggest me books. And thank you. Thanks for coming to hang out with me today. I know crafting is really slow and not very exciting. Not that streaming is always exciting for me, but we're trying. We're getting better. We're working on it. Book suggestions. I'm gonna paste this. I'm gonna paste right here. All right. Go. Book suggestion. Copy. Paste. Saved. I like book suggestion. Do you read the entire Chronicles? Like all of them? Are you suggesting all of them or just the first? Is that what you're saying? Sorry. Probably typing. Getting off track. Irish, is that what you do all day, every day, or is today just like an anomaly that you're writing? Also realized you asked if I'm a crafter. Sorry, no, I'm not. Hand-eye coordination difficult. Oh, yeah. Ah, that's tough, Irish. Well, we're happy you're here and hang out. I'm a cancer survivor, and so I have my fair share of hidden disabilities, but you're not likely to see them unless I start struggling. So when I get anxiety, I have a hard time with words. Like there are lots of words in my brain, but they don't come out, and they don't come out in whole sentences when I start getting really anxious. So after cancer, I tend to have more difficulty with um just general vocabulary. And so I'm not as exciting to watch as some people because my vocabulary tends to be smaller when I get a little anxious, and then it's harder to think of what I'm trying to say. So I tend to be like, the thing, like that time and that person. So always feel free to like interject phrases or um, words or whatever. I welcome people. You're not gonna offend me. Oh yeah, I have a hard time focusing too. I usually have hidden disability on as one of my hashtags, but I took it down because I feel like I don't think that was helping me. um anyway, trying to do the writing 5 hours on weekdays. Oh nice. Yeah. Well, you thrive where I struggle, so that's awesome. I love seeing people being able to do things I cannot. Um, I tend to be really good at socializing, and then I'm actually going to school for some relationship and sex education counseling. So I want to be a women's empowerment speaker. So I'm trying to finish school this year, and then turn that into. See, look, I'm getting nervous. My hands. Trying to turn that into something where I can go meet people and talk to people. Because after cancer, what I realized is a lot of women don't have the advocacy or the knowledge to know how to do that. And they get in these positions where they get really stressed about cancer, and then they can't speak up for themselves because no one's really talked about different paths. So my end goal is to write a breast cancer blog. I have it created, but I don't have any content there. And then to be able to turn that into the opportunity to be a speaker. So I'm gonna finish this sex educator program and the relationship counseling, and then see where that takes me. Anyway, that's my story. You said it's 9 o'clock there, so you're 5 hours ahead. That's cool. An ex of mine is also Survivor. Has given some talks. Oh, that's awesome. So does that mean you're in the you probably in Ireland. I was gonna say you're in the UK, but you're probably in Ireland. That's why your thing says Irish. Don't mind me. Good on you. I mean, that genuinely. I know tone can be difficult to convey over text. I appreciate that. I just want to help people not go through what I've heard of people going through and have the same positive experience that I have out of a shitty situation. I had a really good experience, but that's because I tend to be pretty headstrong and had an idea of what I wanted and wasn't going to take no for an answer without a really good reason. So I just wish more women had the same experience. We just missed a thread in the there. That's the only thing about starting my first ever crochet with a three thread blanket. Well, thank you for that and for sharing with me. We have to advocate for what is right for ourselves, for sure. And a lot of people have a hard time doing that because they're either taught that that's not something that we do, or they're taught that, like, just do what the doctor tells you to do because they know. And that's not always true. Like, what the doctor knows is a bunch of statistics that some researcher has come up with by analyzing historical data of people that may not be like you. And you can't just trust blindly without asking questions. So health advocacy is very important to me, and making sure that people are able to get the right information and do what's best for them. So that's my soapbox. I mean, in general, not being a woman. Dropped out of teacher training college last year. It was a literal dream since I was little. I've also written since I was little, but never actually pursued it. Second opinions do matter, 100%. When I was going through cancer, my breast surgeon said, like he probably says to everybody, like, here's the doctor I think would be good for you for your plastic surgery. And I was like, no, you're going to give me the name of every single plastic surgeon you work with, and I'm going to choose who's going to do my plastic surgery since I have to look at this for the rest of my life. And he was like, okay, I'm interested to see who you choose. And based on who I chose for plastic surgeon, he knew my personality because they were all wildly different. And when it came to picking an oncologist, I said the same thing. And he said, no, I know that based on who you picked, you're going to like this woman. And I have loved her, my oncologist. And other people do not, because she's not fluffy or sugar coated. And I prefer cold, hard facts and new research and clinical trials and understanding, the landscape. And so, but I could see how older women that I've met going through cancer, they just, times before me, used to say, you do what the doctor tells you to do. You don't ask questions. And that's not the way of the world anymore. Extreme, welcome in. Good to see you, because PT was rough today. I hope you feel better. I hope you get some good rest and get to feeling better, because I do know that PT can be rough. I go through it myself. So I feel you, my friend. Get some rest and take some Advil or something, whatever helps you. Thank you for your lurk and for visiting. I appreciate that very much. Yeah, y'all got me off on a little tangent there. Friend was diagnosed with POTS late last year after being pushed from pillar to post. Had a couple of doctors tell her she didn't have it even after a test concluded she had it. Just going along with what the doctor says has killed many, many women. Yes, 100%. Irish, I actually have POTS myself. And I've had doctors say to me, well, you just grow out of it. It's not a long-term thing. But yet I've had other doctors say 100% it's something you live with for the rest of your life, and you have to be able to share it, because having POTS actually changes the way the anesthesia gets done when you're having surgery. And if someone doesn't know they have POTS, then they could actually die on the table because they don't know, and the anesthesiologist can't do their job. Also, because someone is a doctor doesn't mean they hold the same values. Exactly. Yeah, Toya, that's 100% spot on. That's why I'm in school this year. Even though I have a master's degree in accounting, I'm in school for sex education counseling, because I want to be able to help people in a different way. So this is my dream. My dream is to grow my breast cancer blog, to finish my breast cancer blog, and to be able to help people. This is my dream. But first, we're going to start by making our own decor. And by making pretty things for others. Yeah, she only just got over the threshold for the tilt table thing, which the doctors are pushing back. My doctor literally had me lay back. I didn't even do that test. I literally laid back on a table and they took my blood pressure, and then I sat up and they took my blood pressure, and then I stood and they took my blood pressure and they said, "Yes, you have it." Like it was the easiest diagnosis I've ever had in my life. But it took me 2.5 years of like blackouts when I go from sitting to standing before my primary care was like, "Oh, I wonder if you have POTS." And the only reason she said even thought about it was because I would message her through my medical thing every 3 to 6 months and say, "Well, what about this? I looked at this thing and the test, you know, this test could prove if I have that thing." But if I wasn't messaging her every so often, basically after like 4 or 5 tests, she did a thyroid scan, she did a brainstem MRI, she did a bunch of other random things. And then I messaged her and said like, "Well, what about like Lyme disease? How do you test for that?" And she was like, "You know, I've been giving thought to this. I think you might have POTS." And that's when she finally said it. If I hadn't have pushed her for 2.5 years, she wouldn't have come up with that. You know? Like, it's crazy. Crazy. I was in the hospital for a week and she kept fainting, which is what led her to getting the diagnosis. Baby steps. Over time, the water drops can penetrate the rock. Exactly. Speaking of which, I need to call the pharmacy. They gave me the wrong meds. Oh my god, Toya, that's terrible. Y'all got me going. And I think I just made the wrong stitch. I don't know where I'm at. I have to undo one. Yeah, like medical stuff is one of those things that's like I'm very passionate. Totally different shape and color. Well, sometimes when they do generics, they change the shape and color, but yeah, I would 100% check that before I would trust it. Good luck. Yeah, medical stuff is one of those things that like I'm super passionate about because we're just not a society where, oh, well then yes, make sure. But make sure either way. We're just not a culture or a society that's like taught to advocate for ourselves and to like question doctors. You know, doctors get this unfair amount of responsibility on caring for people without them thinking for themselves or being willing to research or advocate for themselves. And that's something I want to sort of destigmatize. That and neurodiversity. Those are my two platforms that I stand on. So, because after cancer and after my medical stuff, I definitely think and feel a little different. Well, thanks for letting me ramble, y'all. Like, I don't think I've ever gotten to like share like that in the same way. So, thank you. I was hoping to finish this row before we have to go. Gave me a heart attack. I was on holiday with my girlfriend. I got a text. Hi. In the hospital because I keep fainting. They're keeping me overnight. So I was worried, but I couldn't do anything. Well, I'm glad that they figured it out and that she's okay. Also, a lot of doctors have trouble listening to their patients. Maybe they don't disrespectful, but they're not used to people who are informed. Yeah. But do you know how you fix that, Mark, right? Like, the more people that are informed and the less doctors who are given carte blanche to, like, do and say anything they want, and to feel like theirs is the only opinion that matters means, like, less doctors will act like that over time, right? Like, and I 100%, don't get me wrong, I can understand, being the person who's had cancer, that, like, sometimes things are so hard to comprehend that you need other people to, like, sort of lead you through this difficult time because you've never been through it and you don't understand. But if they did a different amount of explaining in a different way, then, like, you know, that would be a different story. One of the most frustrating things for me, yes, holding them accountable 100%. One of the most difficult things for me was, like, they would regulate the amount of information they would give me during each appointment to what they thought I could handle at that point. And so from appointment to appointment, stuff would change, and I would say, but you said this the last time, and they would say either no, I didn't, or they would say, well, yeah, but that was only part of it. Like, the other part of it is, and I was like, well, why didn't you just tell me the whole thing up front? So I could have made a better decision because I wasn't fully informed. And basically, people can't handle the truth when you're going through a cancer diagnosis, so they don't give you the whole picture, or they don't have the whole picture. So yeah. And I agree. And you're right. People are short-staffed. There are not enough of them. There are not enough nurses. There are not enough doctors. We, as a society, are getting sicker and sicker because of things we do to ourselves. Not taking the right, eating the right foods, not doing the right health care on our own, exercise, all the things, you know. The two-way street, 100%. And yes, crushing things down into 15-minute appointments and expecting you to just be like, oh, cool, thanks. Agree, 100%. Dude, come back. Where did it go? Oh, I can just talk and talk. To be honest, there are external factors that affect our health. We're a bit behind on advocating. Yes. This house that I bought is under the path of the airplanes that take off every day, and I have wondered if there's an effect to my health for that. Of course, in your opinion, I got it. Yeah. Well, we'll just stop. I'm glad, Irish, I'm glad that your friend is okay and that they figured it out, and that hopefully she's getting the care that she needs. So it's not that she doesn't have doctors, but something that I learned is basically having a little bit extra salt in your diet, being super hydrated. So being dehydrated causes the blackouts to be worse. When you go for surgery, the anesthesiologist has to know in advance and will often ask for an EKG prior to surgery where they put you to sleep. And then they have to give you extra fluids during your surgery once you have POTS. So those are sort of important things to know. I'm sure she knows all those things, but so just a lot of extra hydration and a little extra salt if you don't qualify for any sort of medicine to fix it. That's what I got for that. I have a few different things going on that no one would ever know unless I share, so. But I tend to try to make this a positive, uplifting space. So I appreciate you guys enabling me to have a conversation about something I'm passionate about. This is row 41, it looks like. So only 8 more rows than after this. Seven more rows after this. Improving lives, one conversation at a time. Exactly. Not that my tiny stream is gonna get that, but maybe my blog will someday. Maybe I can get Irish to help me write words, because words are hard. Oh, lost the strand again. Oh, start that over. All right. Try this again. Trying to look around the microphone when I could just move my hand out. It's funny. Where you guys could see it instead of me like cranking my neck funny. All right. Well, on that note, we have finished row 41. I have a thing tonight, so I'm gonna have to cut it a little short. So let's take Toya's suggestion and Naughty Gnome's suggestion, and let's go hang out with 9.5. They are having a birthday celebration, and if you like chaos, it looks very chaotic. I've been watching it sort of in the background. Also, they have a boatload of fun-looking yarn in the back. So super cool. Thank you all for hanging out with me and enabling me to have conversation about what matters. I hope everybody has a wonderful day. If you could stick around long enough to do the raid message, I would really appreciate if you're happy about that. We don't have enough viewers on Kick to host anybody, but I appreciate you hanging out. Live space, soon we'll be doing this raid thing, but for today, thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Toya. Thank you for suggesting 9. I'm excited to see them learn. And for us to do... Oh, she is raiding out. Just kidding. Toya, I need a new suggestion. She just raided out. Oh, well, damn, yeah. Oh, is that Gemini Tiger on? Hold on, let's do that. He was in. Oh, yeah, let's do that. He was here earlier, so we'll just take the raid over there. Gem is a gem. All right, here we go. Let's try that again. All right, well, say hi to Gemini Tiger with me. Let's copy the raid message. Oh, come on, person. And thanks again for hanging out and for visiting and for raiding in with Black Sheep. It was great to meet all the new friends. And I hope everybody has a great day. We'll see you real soon. Bye.